Here we are on Cricbuzz Comm Box, out in the middle, an Indian and a South African in focus, trying to not repair the damage, but just trying to put the innings back on track for the men in green, joined by Shaun Pollock. Shaun, it's not something that's necessarily set the stage on fire, but they didn't need to set it on fire. They needed to play smart cricket, and they've done that.
Yeah, they do. I think it's a used surface, and we've seen the slow nature of it. It was always going to be trying to cash in with a new ball, but even that didn't last for very long. It seemed like the ball got soft quickly. And I think the key now for RCB is these two guys. Yesterday, I talked about how Bairstow and Warner needed to take responsibility and make sure that they got their team over the line. I think it really does need these two to take responsibility to bat for another 4 or 5 overs. If they get accustomed to the surface, and they're the kind of people who can pick up boundaries anyway, just through good cricketing shots on a difficult pitch that's holding. CSK have got some good spinners. I mean, they've got plenty of spinning options. We haven't seen Jadeja bowl today. But in order to get a competitive score that could win, I think the two of these, they run well between the wickets, and it really is a time. I mean, we've seen, if we had to pick 2 batsmen over the generation of the RPL from the first series in 2008 until now, these two would probably be the most prolific batsmen throughout those years. So they know how to adjust to surfaces, but they just need to take responsibility and get themselves down.
2 words that Shaun Pollock used, I think, sum up the entire partnership. One is responsibility, of course. The other is adjust, because there might be fans who are looking and saying, oh, there's Kohli and De Villiers. We love them. We love the sixes from them. It's not happening right now. It doesn't need to happen. This is when they need to be a slightly different Kohli and De Villiers to play the conditions rather than play the crowd, which, of course, doesn't exist at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I think also these kind of conditions almost play into the selection of the CSK team. I think, with all those spin options, I think this is almost like the surface that they come accustomed to when they have their home games in the normal RPL. So it will be challenging for those batsmen. But RCB have got some really good players to come. I mean, the spinners have been good and economical. But if you've got your Sundars, if you've got your Moeen Alis, if you've got your Chris Morrises coming in with 3 or 4 overs to go, they're only going to face 5 or 6 balls. They can just swing and they can back themselves to be destructive. I think it's when they come in under pressure to knock things around that they'll be taken out of their comfort zone. That's why I think this partnership is vital.
Yeah, you'd have to say someone like Devdutt Padikkal missed a trick there, because he looked so fluent against the quicker bowlers. What he needed to do was then change gear himself and not necessarily come down and try and hit one of the spinners out of the park, and he paid the price.
I think also the left-hander, right-hander combination would have been ideal at this period. So him getting out, I mean, I don't think Moeen Ali comes in before AB, but I wouldn't be surprised if the next man to the crease is a left-hander.
Yeah, fair enough. So at this stage, the way we've looked at it, with Jadeja still to come, 12 potential overs of spin to negotiate, what would they be telling themselves in that dugout in terms of a score? They wouldn't want to aim too high.
I don't think they want to aim too high. I think they'd reassess. They'd try and do as best they possibly can, pick up whatever they can, and then after 16 overs, really try and cut loose and see what damage they can do. And the good news is that the over rate's going to be brilliant. We've got so many spinners that it's going to be one of the quickest over rates we've had.
It certainly is. We've already come into our comm box a little, maybe 5-7 minutes quicker than we normally come in there, especially the first 10 overs. Well, that's all we have to look forward to. Remember, we've got a very interesting My 11 Circle badge of honor span, which starts with Shaun Pollock, who'd be the favorite at this stage, and goes all the way up to a big partnership needed from De Villiers and Kohli if I have to reach 186. We'll assess it all on My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live in a short while.